Hello friends, James Stevenson here answering the question, what are the 25 best-selling car models in the US, including SUVs and pickup trucks, which sell really well in the US, and how does that compare against prior year, and what does the Tesla Model Y have in common with Dolly Parton? I'll be answering those questions in this video right after I feed Loki his breakfast, because this is also an episode of Breakfast with Loki. Okay, here you go, buddy. There's your breakfast. So while he decides whether he's going to eat his breakfast now or later, I will share my desktop with you and show you this chart that I made using data published by Car and Driver. Now, they didn't make these estimates. They subscribed to Automotive News for, I don't know, $1,000 a year or whatever it is. And they just copied the list published by Automotive News of their estimates of unit sales in the US this year for every car model, or at least the top 25 car models, right? They did the same thing a year ago, which is helpful because it let me put all of those numbers into a spreadsheet and then make a chart out of the data from this year's article versus last year's article. I'll just walk you through it. So the top 25 car models sold in the US this year are shown in the white bars. You'll see 25 white bars on here showing you the ranking so far this year of vehicle sales. So the number one selling vehicle in the US is the Ford F-150 pickup. The number 2 and number 3 spots are also held by pickup trucks, namely the Chevy Silverado and the Ram pickup. In the 4th spot is the Toyota RAV4, but in the 5th spot is the Tesla Model Y, and check out how much it's beating its prior year number by. Now, if you're thinking they've advanced so much, they must have gone up in the rankings by quite a lot, you're correct. And I will let Dolly Parton tell you what rank Tesla was last year and how much they've advanced this year. 9 to 5, working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. All right, I thought that would be fun to let Dolly Parton tell you that the Tesla Model Y has risen from the 9th spot last year to the 5th best-selling vehicle in the US this year. And maybe you're thinking, well, they did it by cannibalizing the Model 3. The Model Y sales are only up because they're eating into Model 3 sales. Well, lucky for you, this chart also shows Model 3 sales for this year and last year. And guess what? They're up. They're up from 15th place last year to 12th place this year, with a shot at 10th place before the end of the year if they can pass the Toyota Tacoma and the Jeep Grand Cherokee that are not very far ahead in the Automotive News estimates so far this year. I couldn't find a Dolly Parton song called 15 to 12, but if you can find one, let me know. I'm probably going to get demonetized for using that 3-second clip from Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. That's all right. I don't make any money on YouTube anyway. So here's the whole list. I feel like I shouldn't tell you every single vehicle on here, but I mean, look how flat Toyota Camry sales are. Look how flat Toyota Corolla sales are. If you're sitting in, what is this, 13th place with the Toyota Corolla, you got to be wondering how the Model 3 can be up from 15th place to 12th, and the Model Y can be up from the 9th spot in the top 10 last year to 5 already, with room to grow and pass the RAV4. I mean, possibly by the end of this year. That's not an insurmountable lead the RAV4 has. Q4 would need to be real strong in the US for the Model Y to pass them. But then all you got ahead are the top 3 pickups. Most of the US is pickup truck crazy, not California. Tesla is the number 1 selling brand in California, which is the number 1 market in the US. But there are 49 other states, and a bunch of them love buying pickup trucks. And that's the list. And that's my video for today. There's your top 25. You can see Tesla gaining ground Oh, just by the way, the percentage increase and the absolute unit amount increase for the Model Y were both the highest. They're both number one. I'll show you very briefly. This isn't as fun to look at because it's just black text on a white spreadsheet. But you can see here, the Model Y increased 147,933 vehicles. From last year's full year actual, 231,400, to the annualized 379,333. What do I mean when I say annualized? I mean for the year-to-date Q3, Automotive News is estimating that Tesla has sold 284,500 Model Ys, and if Q4 comes in at the average of the 3 quarters in that year-to-date, this is how much the full year total will be. I did the same math for every row on here. So you can see the absolute number increase here. There were only 3 models that were up more than 100,000, the F-150, the CR-V, and then Model Y was up by the most in absolute units as well as percentage, up 64%, climbing from number 9 last year to number 5 this year. And that's my video. And with that, I will outro and say if you've enjoyed today's video, click the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, why not go ahead and subscribe to my channel? You can do that on YouTube for free. You can do it on Patreon for $4.20 per month. You can do it on X for $3 a month, which works out to only 69 cents per week. So I recommend doing it that way. If you can afford to. If you can't afford it, don't subscribe. And thank you to my executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and I'll see you in the next one.